Yeah, I just hit record. I'm ready to do whatever lineup you need.
Wonderful. In that case, let's get started with the way we always do.
My
favorite
urine
sample
comes
from
hippopotamuses
in
heat.
I fucking knew it. I fucking alley-ooped it. It's exactly what I wanted to say, but I only had one word to say it. Alright, fuck yeah. We're on that fucking mind link today. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Wizard Hang. Welcome to the Wizard Hang St. Patrick's Day special. I am here with motherfucking WarewolfBarmitzvah, who is celebrating his fucking 8th overall Wizard Hang appearance, beating the record of most appearances today.
I brought you some very special
St. Patrick's Day
presents.
Oh, wonderful. I've brought some presents as well. For our prompts today, are very festive prompts indeed. We have ass eating and coffee. Two things that mix very, very well, as you're soon about to see, ladies and folks at home. But, yeah, before we get into that, how you doing today, Werewolf? How you feeling on your 8th overall appearance?
I'm great. We just wrapped up our monthly writing crit group over in the Storylords Discord, and as I was telling you guys, I am within an analogy of finishing the final draft of my novel, A Fearsome Poetry.
Oh, that's going to be amazing.
And starting to drop that into submission circuit. Yeah, I'm fucking jazzed.
Congratulations. That's been an ongoing, out of everyone in the writing group, I think you're the one who has actually submitted every single month since it started.
Missed last month.
Oh, you did?
Well, everybody did.
The two of us, I think, have been the most consistent. I think just because, by virtue of you have a whole-ass novel that you're just rewriting, so you already have stuff to submit.
Yeah.
And I've got, this shit going on. I'm, always writing something.
Yeah, I mean, you did a bunch of stuff, submitting Wizard High School Musical that you had to apply through. So, and it was really, to definitely sing your praises on your podcast. It was really awesome to watch that develop and watch your writing style develop with it. So that was always a pleasure to read.
I am so looking forward to having that be out. You have no idea. I've never had to sit on something like this for so long just because of all the bottlenecks at this production. It is so much more work than anything I've ever had to do before. And I'm really glad that I'm able to just sideline that and just post the Wizard Scroll of Oz instead.
Well, edging has the best payoff,
exactly.
But, a 3-minute wank is always delightful.
I couldn't agree more. Anyway.
Aside from that, I'll just, I used to come on and say, nobody look at my fetish, run away as hard as possible, but,
right.
I do know that some people are into it, so I'm gonna put it out there and say, if you're into vor and peril, very specific niches of the fetish community, I am a safe creator that creates stuff in that niche, and you can search for me. It's the same as my name on here. It's WarewolfBarmitzvah, spelled W-A-R-E. It's a very specific thing, so if you're not or don't think you are, run away screaming.
Yeah.
Don't ever look at it, because it's going to be horrible for you. So yeah, there's my one play.
I made the mistake of following your Blue Sky. I think I do believe I have your account muted for good reason, but I support the hustle.
Yeah, no.
It's not for me.
Yeah, Blue Sky got rid of all of us.
Oh, they just purged your account?
Well, they didn't, but they threw into the terms and conditions that they're no longer going to allow people to provide even fantasy images of anything that's non-consensual related to sexuality, which is part of a larger drive to purge the internet of pornography. And they start off at the most niche fetishes.
Right.
Most of the time this comes down from companies like Visa. We saw it on DeviantArt as well as Patreon. So that's the real quick political rant that I'm not going to go massively into, but, just be aware, that's part of a larger attempt to purge the internet of all sexuality.
We live in a society. So, you ready to read your tale?
I am. And just imagine yourself unwrapping that, the Jurassic Park dinosaur toy that you would get as a kid with, the piece of the meat that comes out of the side.
Yeah.
Right?
I had one of those.
Yeah, me too, yeah. It's got, the hingeable jaw and shit. So you got that toy, and then also, you've got a fighter plane toy, an F-14. Because this week's episode is Spaceman Spiff, Tyrannosaurs, and F-14s.
Fuck yeah. I'm looking at the comic panel you sent me. Very badass. This is a wallpaper in my computer if I ever seen one.
Yeah, I don't know if you, post visual references for the episodes, but if Chris is diligent enough to do that, you can go to wherever he links you and see the image of Tyrannosaurs flying F-14s. This is I think this comes up a few times in the Calvin and Hobbes comics. And so I wanted to hit on it, even though it's not explicitly part of Spaceman Spiff. It definitely is part of Calvin's fantasies. So here we go. 372 Kessel runs past Arcus, brought to you by House McDonald's. 5-star system separated from the Sleep Magic mattress. Watch Agent Ware on NoFlix Arena 8.5. 28 Binar distance criteria removed from the moon complex of evangelical crispy man church of yesteryear rationalists of the new god AI. 5 gigaparsecs from the galaxy of endless groin irritation, and then 3 gigaparsecs back in a 5-degree variance past the dimensional portal to the eternal horror of endless Starbucks background music. 90 nautical miles to the left and 700 soul orbital paths removed from the reincarnated baby god, and just outside the boundaries of the field of endless space fleets.
I know exactly where I am.
Spaceman Spiff. I had to be specific. Spaceman Spiff drinks alone at a gigabar on a way station attached to a derelict battle cruiser.
Fuck yeah. It's attached to the cruiser?
It is, yeah. It's
he took the whole bar with him?
It's like a salvage station.
Okay.
Yeah. A gigabar is a normal bar, but it's run by a giga. You want some more? A giga said to Spiff. Fill her up? Spiff said. Is what my bitch of an ex-wife never said to me. Know what I mean, pal?
Oh, snap!
The giga bartender, who was a cacophonous, chittering assortment of open mouths and lolling tongues protruding from spiked bowels, shrugged. I don't know, man. I'm friends with all my exes, one of the mouths gurgled, as another poured the soda fountain and sprayed it into Spiff's empty glass. Spiff slugged the hooch down and turned to the patron next to him. Know what I mean, pal? He said, just a little too loud for comfort, to a patron 7 seats away. One of the patron's 6 stalk eyes swiveled toward Spiff, and his bearded, fang-toothed mouth rotated back and forth. He was looking for who Spiff was talking to, but realized it was him, and pointed to himself in the intergalactic sign for, are you a fucking weirdo trying to have a conversation with me right now, and not an invisible person I'm hoping is behind me? Know what I mean, pal? Spiff screamed. Yes? No? Please don't hurt me. I have crippling anxiety, and drinking is the only way I can escape from this perpetual terror. The patron screamed before exploding into a pink mist. What a little pussy, Spiff said. Personally, I'm glad he's dead. He just turned invisible, the king bartender said. Listen, if you're going to drink here, you got to shut the fuck up. You're driving off all of my customers. I'll shut your mom the fuck up, Spiff said.
Damn, son.
I don't have a mother, but if I did, I'd take that more of a threat than a sexually related insult. I'll take your mom with a sexually related insult, Spiff said.
Classic Spiff catchphrase.
Classic Story Lord's catchphrase, honestly. It's just your mom jokes all the way down. One of the Giga's longling spine mouths bit his own face as others twisted and contorted away from his body in random sequences. Better, but work on it. Spiff slumped into the bar as the Giga refilled his glass again and walked away towards some of the other patrons sitting at the far edge. Fucking Susie, Spiff grumbled. Fucking Susie had to show up. That motherfucker better. Tyrannosaurs and F-14!
Oh, snap!
Screamed
They're
the Marquis
here.
above the bar. Spiff turned up to look at it. The new reality show from Earth 69 had used an AI algorithm to auto-adjust the volume to promotional setting, also known on Earth 420 as Dickhead setting, or podcast interruption setting on Earth Anarchy No Numbers, the revolution lives! Rock music blared out from behind the announcer. Okay, I have to steel myself from this part.
Okay.
Several T-Rexes inhabited fighter jet cockpits in a sequence of smash cuts. Their titles came up as the show introduced them. Maverick, Jumbo, The Belch, and Sunglasses. Sunglasses threw on a pair of aviators that glinted into the camera in a freeze frame. An external shot showed bombs vaporize a horde of migratory stegosaurs as the king lizards laughed and shouted each other's call signs into the radio. One held up a cup of coffee. Brought to you by Coffee on Drugs! Coffee on Drugs! Coffee on Drugs! Drugs! Coffee! Coffee is drugs! Drugs are coffee! Coffee on drugs! The T-Rex housed a ceramic cup of coffee and then smashed the empty cup against his head before his eyes rattled around and he pressed a red button. A nuclear bomb soared out of the F-15 and vaporized the forest below. History is for penis faces! Pangea is over, baby!
I like this show.
That is my favorite fucking line in anything I've written.
Pangea's over.
Pangea's over, baby!
I love that.
Yeah, right? I want that as a bumper sticker. Spiff's head fell onto the bar as he started to pass out. He felt something buzz the back of his hair as his head hit the chrome. Gripes! A voice yelled. Finally, some action! Spiff said, a crooked smile ripping across his reddened visage. He turned his head and leapt out of his bar seat to see the mercenary that had grazed him with the ray gun. Shooting a pea shooter to kill off a legend? Spiff's got your number. Spiff's atom blaster was out of his holster before the merc could get off another shot, whipping a white beam of radioactive light across the bar and vaporizing a support beam for a different holographic marquee. T-Rexes and F! Aw, shit! The marquee yelled as it collapsed onto patrons at the other side of the bar. So that's what I told her. Lisa, you gotta invest in crypto-currency. Oh, shit, my eye! Screamed the patron with the douchiest outfit as the marquee gouged into his skull. As he lamented his blindness, the other half of the severed marquee sliced through his chest and the top half of him sprayed onto the cat lady he was talking to. Real quick, I meant actual cat lady. The merc rolled out of the way as a new head and chest regrew backwards out of the patron and yelled, Hey man, what the fuck? At Spiff. Spaceman Spiff is accosted by the freak at the bar, dodging out of the way of this poorly armed mech. Spiff will have his revenge for ruining his sick-ass haircut, Spiff yelled. He vaporized the table behind which the merc had taken cover. Oh, wait! I haven't given you the description of the mercenary yet. I bet you're envisioning a human being. Something like Deadpool, being really cool, with a sick-ass gritty blaster from some dumb shit, like Guardians of the Galaxy. Hey, isn't that cool? That's what passes as a sci-fi now?
That's cool, yeah.
So cool! A fucking raccoon man with a bunch of differently colored humanoids, led by a generic white guy with zero personality and the backstory of a cardboard cutout. But there's special effects and a tree guy, so you laugh make now, right? Anyway, Anyway, no, of course that's not what the Merc looked like. He was a 2-foot pile of whatever looked like asses, with long, bumpy limbs jutting out of them, holding on to a single blaster above his head. Instead of feet, he had little centipede legs ferrying him around the floor at a speed that was faster than you'd expect, but not unrealistically fast. He stumbled around onto the different butts, which pushed him back upright as he swerved and skittered towards Spiff, firing the awkwardly dangling blaster above his bouncing booty body. Spiff, Nakata, Groipes, Peapod, Ambulance, Ripschnoske, you kid, limb doo-doo on your toes. You're so shit at this you can't afford a good translator? Like everyone has them. Spiff yelled as he shot another hole in the floor. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned this. The mercenaries' limbs that are holding the blaster, they look like actual pieces of shit. So, there's that insert.
Great, thank you for the visual.
Yeah. He was standing stock still as with his feet planted. The Merc bounced around the shot and fired back, missing horribly, as that dude who was invisible screamed behind Spiff. Hey! The Giga bartender yelled. Take it outside! One of his tongues slapped a button behind the bar, and the two gunfighters felt their insides start foaming. A moment later, both of them disappeared into a bubbling, frothy goop and reappeared in the vacuum of space.
Oh, God!
Spiff That's one way to take it outside. Spiff watched the Assmerk squirm and try to breathe out of the massive sucker pod that was located at the bottom of its body as the vacuum froze it. Meanwhile, a helmet deployed out of Spiff's suit and sealed around his head as his back-mounted oxygen pack kicked in. Assmerk's poo tentacles stiffened as the sucker pod stopped moving. The frozen body floated toward Spiff. He gingerly floated out of the way and grabbed a frozen piece of ass. He ripped a chunk out of the Merc.
Okay.
Spiff then initialized the computer recall system. Out of the space station below, the slender metal disk of his spaceship ripped out of the hangar, leaving depressurized bodies in its wake as it zoomed toward the drifting space imperialist. When he found himself seated in the cockpit, transmissions were lighting up the dash as space station security was mobilizing to collect his head. Spiff tossed the piece of Assmerk he had torn into a small chamber below the dash and plugged in his coordinates. He jammed on the throttle. Security bots ascending towards the ship fired in his wake as the ship fucked off to Nowheresville. Warping through the galaxy, adrenaline kicking off the alcohol, the timer on Spiff's dash chamber dinged. He reached in and retrieved the cooked ass coffee, taking a hefty gulp. Juicy.
I fucking knew when you had like an ass monster in here exactly what was gonna happen. I was just waiting for it. You did not disappoint. Chekhov's ass man.
I actually thought about the prop this month and put it in.
You're wonderful. You weaved it so naturally into the story.
Yeah, I forgot that I even put in coffee earlier. How could I forget? Because it's coffee on drugs. Coffee! Drugs! Yeah. Drugs on coffee!
Coffee and drugs are a very good combo.
Coffee on drugs, too.
Yeah. Coffee is a drug, though, so you're good there.
History is over, Chris. Mm-hmm. Or Pangea is over,
Pangea
Chris.
is over.
History is for penis faces.
That's true. That's what they say.
So anyway, there's my amazing story for this
that's
one.
How it ends.
Which I say sardonically, but not totally.
It just ends with him with the fucking ass coffee.
Oh yeah, it's out into space now.
Oh wow, what a brilliant installment of this fan favorite series for sure. At least it's one of my favorites. Fucking as always.
Yeah, I considered continuing to write along the Susie thread, and then I went, but what if I could just have him kill people some more?
Yeah, no, I like the direction you took with this one.
Thanks, man.
Oh, hell yeah. All right.
Yeah, everybody go see Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, no, it's exactly what society wants you to think is cool. So that makes it cool.
All humanoid aliens that are all from monolith cultures.
Yeah.
That's totally normal and absolutely not racist at all.
Couldn't even afford a good translator.
What mercenary worth his salt can't afford a translator that allows him to do basic business?
Yeah, right?
Exactly. A one made of acid.
Exactly.
He's literally ass.
He's dead now. Okay, so you may remember last time you were on the show, I feel like I left things off on a pretty big cliffhanger. Dr. Lask had just been transported to another realm and met face to face with Azataz the Wise, like the meeting of the minds that everyone's been waiting for, right?
Oh man, I can't wait for the follow-up to this.
Yeah, the follow-up to that is, well, not today. Let's put it that way. Today's tale is called Hold My Cold Brew.
Okay. I'm ready.
EST, New Orc City, 6899. Back before Starwench was a union-busting, price-gouging shell of its former self. Support your local picket line.
We all remember those.
The doorbells chimed as beloved fantasy football superstar turned D-list actor turned celebrity philanthropist Orc J. Simpson stepped into the local Starwench establishment. Though this was his daily routine and he arrived precisely when he typically did, the fine patrons of the coffee shop all reacted as if they were the studio audience of one of Mr. Simpson's beloved family sitcoms. Namely, they lost their collective shit and began clapping, hooting, and hollering at the arrival of this orc among orcs.
Yeah, it's fucking Orc J. Simpson.
Fucking Orc J. Simpson just walked in. A solid minute and a half had passed before the applause died down. Then the orc stepped forward to the counter. Good morning, Mr. Simpson. What can I prepare for you today? Just give me the usual, fine wench. A tall glass of cold brew, no ice, no cream, no sugar. Just 97 ounces of liquid black gold, please. Coming right up, sir. The barista wench prepared the beverage of sorts with the speed and efficiency of a tip worker when a rich guy walks into the store. To her credit, all she had to do was pour a gallon and change of cold brew into a really fucking large glass, but by George, she did it fast as fuck. It wasn't until recently, like Strawberry had mentioned this during earlier, that a gallon is more than 97 ounces, so I fucked up here. I hope someone got fired for that. I thought a gallon was 96 ounces for some reason. Anyway.
Well, you know, she's working for the rich man.
Yeah, exactly. She did it fast as fuck. In her haste, however, she made one small error. Onto the cup, where she was supposed to write the name of the customer, she accidentally misspelled Orc J. Simpson's name. Order up! That'll be 1 gold and 69 cents, please. The orc looked curiously at the name scribbled onto the glass and chuckled to himself at the wench's folly. O.J. Simpson, what a stupid name. I bet in an alternate universe, someone with that name had done some very heinous things and gotten away with it all too. Anyway, here you are, fine wench. Keep the change. The orc removed a crisp U.S.-American $20 bill from his wallet and handed it to the wench, laughing a big hearty laugh as he watched the barista's face beam with joy. Thank you, Mr.
It's because she wanted the juice.
Thank you, Mr. Simpson, sir. I love you. And I fucking love cold brew. Somewhere in the infinite expanse of the multiverse, Tin Man felt a disturbance. Someone had stolen his thing. Orc J. Simpson sat in his booth and chugged his drink, as he did every day. After polishing off the glass with his long, dexterous tongue until no trace of the beverage remained, his insides roared in rebellion, as they did every day. Oh man, I gotta take a shit. The orc leapt to his feet and did his iconic running back tackle from his esteemed fantasy football days, steamrolling through several other Star Wench customers on his way to the restroom. And no sooner than when he dropped trow and sat down, 96 ounces of liquid brown gold exploded out from his sphincter in a shotgun blast that irrevocably damaged the Star Wench toilet bowl. As he did every day.
Don't skimp on description.
Every single day he does this. After finishing his business and cleaning himself off, Orc J. Simpson emerged like Shrek from the ground zero that used to be a bathroom. All-Star by Smash Mouth began to play from the Star Wench overhead all-see speakers as the patrons of the establishment started applauding again.
I want that much support for shitting.
He just walks out and fucking bathroom's destroyed behind him. It's a fucking crater. It's like that. It's like that Tyrannosaur on the F-14 dropping a fucking nuke in the toilet bowl.
Oh man, the shits are as spiky too.
Yeah, spike ball shits. Yeah. The orc approached the counter once more, smiled his big toothy smile at the barista wench, and stated plainly, "Let me get another cold brew to go." He emerged.
Fucking masochist.
He loves it. He emerged from the Star Wench establishment, 97-ounce paper cup of cold brew in hand, and mounted his trusty white Bronco, Ford, who he had left tied to the nearby bike rack. "All right, Ford, time to jet. We can't be late for our big important boardroom meeting." "Nay! Damn, Ford, you're such a silly, forgetful horse. You've been hitting my bong again." "Nay! I knew it. In that case, I should exposit in depth. Gotta make sure we're all on the same page. Looks at camera, winks, sips some cold brew." "It all began 5 years ago, when my beloved ex-wife, Nicole Orc Brown Simpson, had fallen victim to sudden onset body explosion disease, or SOBED for short. The loud killer, they call it. In my grief, I had decided enough was enough, so I established the No Dead Foundation, which is not an acronym for anything. I just like that it rhymes." "Nay! That's right, you were there, Ford. I still remember the day we rode down to the courthouse to file all the paperwork together. There were so many goddamn shit-ass papers to sign, let me tell you. Anyway, you know that nonprofit we've been spearheading for the past 5 years? Well, we're meeting with some wealthy benefactors today who want to donate to the cause, so you better get a move on." "Nay! What do you mean we're already here?" Orc J. Simpson looked up to find that he and Ford were now directly in front of a modern-looking office building. Title card, No Dead HQ.
I feel valuably informed.
And we know exactly where we are now. The title card told us. Cut 2. Orc J. Simpson sat at the head of a large conference room table, his trusty board members and wealthy prospective donors alike sitting before him in silent, dough-faced awe, dressed in late 68-90s business attire, suits for the folks, and pantsuits with shoulder pads for the ladies. Orc J himself donned his custom-tailored brown suit jacket and matching slacks, purple button-down shirt, lime green tie, and polished black loafers. He's got the fucking Wizard Scroll Knights colors on.
You can just vaguely hear from outside. Everybody's working for the weekend is playing.
Exactly, yeah. It's the era. "Welcome, ladies and folks, to our big important boardroom meeting. As you may already have guessed, I'm Orc J. Simpson. Please hold your applause for later." Several board members and donors who were just about to start clapping all paused and awkwardly lowered their hands. "We here at the No Dead Foundation really appreciate you all taking the time out of your busy schedules in support of our noble cause. Now, let's talk business. Which one of you wealthy prospective donors would like to make the first pitch?" A singular green hand rose up from the crowd as if to say, "Ooh, me, pick me!" Then the camera panned down from the hand, down to the face of the orc who had raised it. "Ooh, me, pick me!" "Well, with an argument that compelling, how could I not? Come on over here and let me shake your hand, good sir. I don't believe we've met. My name is Orc J. Simpson."
"Oh, I know who you are, you tall, dark green, and handsome man, you. My name is Jeffrey Orkstein. I do accounting. Yeah, accounting. Let's roll with that.
Dun, dun, dun.
And let me just say, I absolutely loved you in Wizards in My City."
Always a pleasure meeting a fan, especially one who wants to support my nonprofit organization.
Not so fast, Mr. Simpson. My funds don't come for free. If you want my financial support, there's something I require from you first.
The smaller, slimier orc licked his lips and grunted sensually as he locked eyes with Orc J. Simpson's brown trousers. I mean, that's not usually how we do things here at No Dad, but...
You drive a hard bargain, Mr. Simpson, so here's my final offer. I'll give you one giant, shiny gold coin if you let me eat your ass.
Why, I never. This is highly unprofessional conduct, Mr. Orkstein. But, hypothetically speaking, how giant is the coin in question?
Let's just say you're gonna need a bigger boardroom.
Jeffrey Orkstein directed everyone's attention out the window, where a gold coin the size of a single-family hovel was being hauled into the parking lot by a team of 6 wizards and an elephant.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking big coin.
That's the name of his currency. His cryptocurrency.
Big coin?
Yeah, big coin. That's it. It's big coin.
Orc J. Simpson here. Introducing the new cryptocurrency, big coin.
Exactly,
It's one big coin. Orc J. Simpson was conflicted. On one hand, he wasn't gay. Not that he judged anyone who was, but having sexual relations with another man was not on his bingo card this year. On the other hand, that one giant shiny gold coin would be enough to keep his organization funded for at least the next fiscal decade. But on the third hand, he still had at least 98 ounces of cold brew in his system from earlier.
Jesus.
He pulled out his heart locket necklace from under his shirt and opened it, revealing a picture of his beloved wife on one side and a picture of her mutilated remains on the other.
I can tell where this is going.
Then he turned to his trusty assistant, who was just Ford again, except now wearing glasses and a tie, and said, "Well, I ain't gay, but one giant shiny gold coin is one giant shiny gold coin. Ford, hold my cold brew." He slipped his third cold brew of the day into his noble steed's cup holder for later use, then dropped trow right there in the middle of the boardroom, much to the delight of his fellow executives. They cheered and jeered as Jeffrey Orkstein approached his idol's asshole and began tossing his salad with a ravenous hunger that only the badonkalicious back meat of running back of the year 6873 could satisfy.
Everybody is working for the weekend.
This is when it comes in louder, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Orc J, for his part, took it like a champ. Thoughts of all the good that giant shiny gold coin could do for his nonprofit kept his discomfort in check. But then, the rumbly in his tummy returned. A cold sweat ran down Mr. Simpson's brow as the urge to evacuate his bowels surged through his colossal green build. Mr. Orkstein, you think we could wrap this up? How do I put this? I gotta take a shit. But Jeffrey Orkstein did not heed his warnings. He continued tonguing down the larger orc's asshole area, too enraptured in the beautiful, primitive, and primal act of eating ass that the word spewing from Orc J. Simpson's lips had lost all meaning. When Orc J attempted When Orc J attempted to shake the smaller orc off of him, it only made him latch on even tighter. When he reached down and attempted to physically remove him from his latched position, Jeffrey Orkstein wrapped his arms around the larger orc's thick, muscular thighs to keep his purchase. And when all else failed, Orc J. Simpson simply waddled from the boardroom and made his way to the restroom, with Jeffrey Orkstein dragging along the floor behind him.
Oh my god.
Somebody is so into this, the writer thought between sips of cold brew. But before Orc J. Simpson had even made it halfway down the hall, the dam that was his lower intestine burst. 98 ounces of liquid brown gold exploded from his rectum and spewed directly into the ground zero that would soon become Jeffrey Orkstein's face.
Good God.
The force of the liquid blast propelled Mr. Simpson several yards through the air as he crashed headfirst through the ceiling. The office on the floor above was in the middle of celebrating a birthday party for one of their underpaid, overworked fellows, when all of a sudden, Orc J. Simpson crashed through their floor like a whack-a-mole. Presently, he tore headfirst through the drab gray carpeting and became lodged in the floor by his broad shoulders.
God damn.
Damn, I haven't hit my head that hard since 6873. Oh, where are my manners? Hey there, everybody. It's me, Orc J. Simpson. The sad, drab party hat-wearing congregation stopped what they were doing to applaud the coming of their unexpected guest with claps, party poppers, and other miscellaneous noisemakers.
Everybody is working for the weekend.
Working for the weekend. Someone placed a small paper plate with a slice of cake in front of the orc's face, which he ate with gusto. All while Jeffrey Orkstein was subject to a torrent of shit, the likes of which sent him flying backwards like a rag doll. An airborne arc which ended when he crashed into the office printer, which presently exploded in a shower of sparks and shards and mostly shit.
Jesus Christ.
When the dust had settled, an unconscious Jeffrey Orkstein lay on the office floor, his green skin now painted brown from all the shit, as he sported the hardest boner that ever was. NDAs were signed by all, and Mr. Orkstein's generous donation would soon be put to good use. The No Dead Foundation would successfully develop a vaccine for the SOBED virus by 6905, saving hundreds of thousands of lives in the process. Jeffrey Orkstein would go on to do all the exact same horrific shit that Jeffrey Epstein did, except he was an orc. Finn.
At least there's consistency through the universe.
Yeah, it's not all, like, differences. Like, Orc J. Simpson, as we know, is very different from O.J. Simpson. Jeffrey Orkstein, however, is very, very much the same guy, except green.
It's not good consistency, it's just consistency. Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
God,
yeah.
I really love the image of Orkstein smashing through the printer with a giant boner.
They say he killed himself, but that's really how he died. He just got shat on and got slammed through a fucking printer.
It's canon now. Yeah,
that's what happened. The footage, the footage don't show that. They deleted that footage.
Yeah, but there is still a small golden statue of Epstein with a boner smashed into a printer in this universe that sits in the middle of Trump's penthouse.
Yeah. The boner's very visible.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it just has a little flag on it that says "So brave."
Very brave. Well, that was two unhinged fucking insane people reading stories. I hope you all enjoyed.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, Werewolf, I want to congratulate you again for breaking the record.
Oh, thank you very much.
8 total appearances, all of which have contained fucking fiction literature. Pulitzer Prize nominated fucking gold.
Is that what it's called? Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. Especially this one with the fucking Tyrannosaurs on fucking with the nuke and the fucking that's got to be a spin-off at some point.
God, I really want it to be. Yeah.
Just this one panel exudes so much fucking raw sexual power.
It's so amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I put it in my wallpaper folder on my computer, so now every once in a while that'll be in there.
I just want the show to follow Sunglasses. I don't know what Sunglasses is up to, but I want to see him.
He wears his iconic sunglasses. Yeah.
Oh my god. You know he's out in those Tyrannosaur clubs.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Well, yeah, thanks for having me on. I always appreciate it. It's a ton of fun to read my fucking insane rantings right next to your fucking insane rantings. It's always a good time,
Yeah,
dude.
we didn't have a buffer between us this time. It's just tip to tip at this point.
Yeah. It's docking.